How do you even start off at that level as a teenager growing up in this time period when it wasn't accessible? You couldn't go on a YouTube video and learn how to, you know, mix something down or how to engineer. Like, you really had to put in that work.
Can I tell the truth?
Please.
A lot of people don't know this, but I was mentored by Boylan, who wrote and produced Boston's first and second, third album, More Than a Feeling. More Than a Feeling. That was my mentor.
Wow.
And he showed me how to engineer when I was 19 years old. By the time I was 21, I was a millionaire.
What do you think of the whole TDE movement? What's
TDE
going on over there?
Man, Top Dog's my guy, man. I mean, from the time where he wasn't even getting that much of a look to now where...
They work their way up.
To now where they got their baseball caps on Korean kids. You dig? In Japan, like, you know, it's a wrap. I mean, he did it right. He kept it going and it grew honestly. Yeah. I mean, you know, Kendrick, J-Rock, these guys, you know, Absol, Schoolboy Q, they're just talented people that deserve to sell records.
Do you remember when the first time you heard Kendrick's music was?
Yeah, it was when he was K-Dot. I listened to some of his mixtape, like the Section 80 mixtape.
Yeah.
And I called J-Rock because I wanted J-Rock to be on a song that I was doing for the NBA Live 10 video game, EA Sports. Yep. And so Corrupt came and J-Rock came and he brought Kendrick. And Kendrick did the hook on it. And when EA Sports heard the song with, you know, Merce and Kendrick and J-Rock and Corrupt, dude, they changed the money scheme. It went up. It was like, they was like, we want this, we want to buy it, we want to own it right out, you know, so it went from being this price to this price. And I'm sure that was because of Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, right? He's done okay. Did you know Kendrick would get to be as big and, you know, the number one?
I knew he was going to be hot. I knew he was going to be hot. I was telling everybody about him, like, this dude K-Dot is serious. Like, he's the future of hip-hop. What do you mean the future? You know, ooh, wham, wham. It's a lot of people that have come and gone since was just doing mixtapes. Man. But he's persevered. I mean, just because he's got raw talent and he's got the right attitude for it.
True. Good guy.
And he stays on tour. Good kid. He's a good kid in the Mad City. He deserves it.
Now, you scared me last October. You put out these things saying you were retiring, you were selling your equipment and stuff.
I did. I sold a lot of equipment.
So I hit you. I was like, dude, are you talking? Like, you can't. You're like, ski, I got like.
You know what I ended up doing? To stay true to my word, instead of selling my MPC 3000 and all the sounds, I gave it to my nephew, who I'm teaching how to engineer. Wow. So, you know, I just gifted it to him. Wow. And, you know, they're over there using it. They got all the old sounds that we did, all the, you know, the Get Rich or Die Trying stuff, the Truth Hurts, the, you know, my Rhythmalism, you know, Balance and Options.
That's when I heard that. I remember being in your studio once years ago and being starstruck when I just saw that machine. You weren't even in the room. The machine was there, and I just took like a picture and was like, I still have it in my phone saved of how iconic that was.
You know, I worked with Whitney, Janet, and, you know, a lot of cool people, and was about to tour with Michael before he passed.
Now I knew all that stuff except the Michael Jackson thing.
Yeah, I was, Cherry Harvey was his promoter, and we were talking about me opening up some of the shows at the O2 Arena back in 2009.
Wow. What would that have been?
This is, me and Corrupt were putting out what would that have been. I would have been big in Europe. I would have been opening for Michael, the king of pop. And, you know, me and Corrupt put out a record right around the same time called Blackout, and we were just warming up. You know, we were on tour for like a month or two.
Great album.
And then the next month, the next month I was going to go on tour with Michael. And he died, and when he died, I lost my mind. We were on tour like in Arizona. I was out there like drunk and mad and hurt. Cause it was like, how can you stay on stage? I'm just like Michael. Michael said, quote him, he said, you know, his whole life he was born on stage, so he's uncomfortable around people. He feels strange around people because his whole life has been on stage. So when he died, here we are on stage, and I don't get a chance to be on stage with this guy. It was like, what am I doing this for now? It's like, it's kind of valueless when the people that motivate you die, you know what I mean?
Yeah, now last question, what is one thing you haven't accomplished in your legendary career that you still want to get done?
What do I want to get done that I haven't?
It doesn't even necessarily have to be music related. What's one thing you want to do just in life in general that you haven't been able to do yet?
Pretty much, I want to be acknowledged, not just at the Grammy Museum, but I want to be acknowledged and be nominated at least for one Grammy. For a good record, for a record that makes sense to young and old, you know, just to show that I did my homework with all the music that I grew up with and keeping it linear. You know, I've worked with Marcus Miller, you know, I've hung out with Quincy Jones, like I get it. Yeah. I just want to be taken seriously. I think they just see me as a gangbanger or just some hoodlum, man, and it's almost like, it's kind of disrespectful, you know, in a sense, that I don't really get the props that I deserve. But hell, I know I'll probably be just one of those artists that gets it posthumously, and that's fine too.
It's gonna take a lot of money to have a conversation with me about it.
I saw the Nicki video.
Hey, you know.
A la carte, de la mo, de la soul, de la woe, yo, that broth kid can go, he can go.